All right, you party people. Camino Travel Blog continues. We are on our way to Casadilla de los Hermanos, which means twins. I don't know what quesadilla means. It sounds like quesadilla. But walking away from the sun. I mean, we're getting pretty good weather, so it's not super windy today either, which is nice. So it's about 9 in the morning. Giving good vibes. Excuse me. Starting out talking early. I'll walk on this. Doing the Camino. This is the Camino in real time, what it looks like. Can I just do this for 780 kilometers? I think that's, let's see, like 600 miles or something. I don't know. It's a long time. It's like 32 days of walking. So I made it past the halfway point on the Camino, so I'm a Camino halfer. I've already done the hard half, but I have an open infected wound on my leg, kind of the inside of my ankle, and I know that one person has already left the Camino from an infection, from a blister getting infected, some Italian guy, and he tried to keep going. The doctors were like, well, if you keep going, you might not walk ever again, so he stopped. So even though I'm surrounded by old people on their pensions and young people, sometimes it's the luck of the draw if you can finish the Camino or not. But I think I'll be able to do it. Even if my wound doesn't heal, if I can just keep it clean the entire Camino, I think I'd be happy if I could finish it and go home and heal it. Geez, that's like, still got another 3 weeks to go. Pretty mind-blowing. Hope I can make it. I might have to just take 2 rest days and try to heal up a little bit better. I'm not sure. It might be smart. But maybe I'll just go short day today. Let it heal and air out. I'm feeling pretty good today. I feel like I could do them. I'm supposed to do 30 kilometers today. Walking day after day does something mentally to you. I feel pretty tired. And I'm it's like walking is my job now. You wake up and you walk, and you get back and you wash your clothes. And then you shower, and then you eat, and then you drink wine, and then you go to bed, and then you just do the same thing again. So, like everything, humans search for novelty constantly. So we're very curious species. But I think walking can be good meditation if you have a good pace and it feels good to you. Surprising, eh? When I kick up the music, I go a little bit faster, but this is kind of my pace right now. It's not super fast. It's not super slow. I feel happy I can walk. I'm kind of walking a little janky today. I bought a bunch of ham and cheese and bread and gummies and protein bars, and that weighed me down a bit. So I'm gonna have water, which I should start drinking more of. So the pack feels heavier today for sure. Probably is a couple pounds heavier. Feet feel tired. Ankles feel swollen. When I get into town, I just need to like lay down and not walk around. Yeah, that's a good idea. It is nice and this is going over the bridge. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, Camino. Took one wrong turn and you're pretty lost. Train! I don't have so much wisdom here in the morning. Wish I had more. I feel tired. It's hard to have good wisdom when you're tired. Let me sit down and chill. I guess I could talk about attraction today because I feel like that's a topic that's been on my mind a lot. About why we tend to want to be around some people and not around other people. Based on smells, or looks, style, language, culture. You never really know what brings people together. Just think about like eye contact a lot. If you're looking for the opposite sex and what they're looking at in you too. Woo. Sometimes you're attracted to people that you know are no good for you. You're like, I don't know why I want to be near this person, but everyone else can, another person can check off all your boxes, and you're still like, well, they're not doing it for me. I think people want problems to fix. They love projects. So, a lot of people want their ideal mate, but then they get bored, right? They want to seek novelty. It's like meditation. Meditation is not about seeking novelty. It's about just being present with wherever you are. I think that's why relationships can be challenging too, because you really just have to like take the other person for what they are and what you are, and not try to change it too fiercely. You know, I think people can change, but if you get into a relationship hoping to change the other person, it's kind of a losing strategy because you're not taking that person for who they are. And granted, it's nice to like be with somebody and see them change for the better, but if they don't change, then you really shouldn't beat yourself up about it. I try to think if I've changed a lot over my life, and I don't know if I have really that much. I've kind of just been pretty solid as far as my belief systems and spirituality and my love of learning and knowledge and joking and just trying to like trying to just get past the ego that everybody has. like this trip I've looked very old. My gray beard has really made me feel very old. Like I've heard stories of these guys that are in their 60s and they like have nice hair and shaved and hitting on 30-year-old girls, and you're like, okay, creepy. But then I look at myself and I'm like, I look 50 years old right now. So definitely gotten fatter, and I have gray hair on the Camino, so that's a challenge for me, my personal ego and identity, to just be where I am. And come 37, so coming to be almost 40. It's a real, I feel grateful though. For some reason I thought I was going to die when I was 36. So I don't know why that was like so much in my mind. I just thought I'd like get cancer, die at 36. It's like, I'll be one of those people that just dies young-ish. But yeah, it's pretty hard to change yourself, and nearly impossible to change another person, I would say. So when you have these toxic relationships or whatever, that you come together and it's explosive and then it doesn't work, and you come together and it's explosive and it doesn't work, this person thinking the other person will change. Humans like the drama, they like the excitement, they like the, it's working so good now, and now it's not working, but now it's working again. So, and geez, that really is more exciting than having another partner who's like, oh, totally agreeable and just like not quite as vivacious or whatever. I mean, I don't know. People want to make drama at some parts of their lives to infuse their life with meaning. Just want to ask you all, what's going on? You have something to say. It's kind of boring when you just go, nothing. My life is the same as it was yesterday. I mean, I went and started this Camino. That's stirring up some drama for myself. Throwing myself out into the world. Literally, you know, getting off the couch, getting off the bed, getting out of my apartment. And now I'm staying in new places every night and seeing rolls of hay. Hay, I think in Spanish. Español. I don't know if this is just making everyone very motion sick when I hold the phone. I'm sorry if that's what's happening. But I don't feel like I've changed a lot on this trip. I talked to some other people who got some sort of grounding or sorted some problems out about what to do with your life and things like that. But I haven't really. My main personal point was having distance from the last relationship, and dang, it's been near a month since that, and I'll be back for another month. So, and I just took distance. I took distance from all my other relationships too, you know? Literally, just distance, and pretty much turned off my phone and not really responding to anything. But no one's really blowing me up either. So it just kind of shows if I'm just gone, people don't think about you. And I think that's okay. You know, you're not in that area, you're not in people's sphere, then they don't think about you and they don't interact with you. So yeah, it's challenging to be on the planet and move on and move through life and do new things. But that wandering spirit. I'm wandering through ideas, doing science or music, and I certainly like traveling while hiking. I find it way better than traveling on trains or buses, planes, because that just seems like frantic until you can get to the next place to sit down. Everyone rushes to get in to sit down and everyone rushes to leave. It's just frantic the entire way through. It's like, I think people would say, I'll be the last one on and I want to be the last one off. I think that's the best energy to have. You're not rushing yourself everywhere you go. I don't want to have this rushing energy in my life. Sometimes I feel like I do. But, alright, 3 ways. Probably should follow the Camino way. It would be smart. Boy, it's a cold one this morning. I don't know if I can see my breath. Earlier I could. We're just doing that Camino. These are just ramblings. I think it's okay to ramble. I don't think anyone's going to listen to this, so it's just for myself and the AI overlords to reflect back on when they scrape my data from YouTube. Hi Google, as I put this up. So that's all right. It's good to talk out loud, kind of like a rubber ducky. When you're coding, you put a rubber ducky on your desk and you explain the problem to the rubber ducky, but I've never done that with a rubber ducky. Now you just talk to an AI, because that's kind of like a rubber ducky. It's a little less fun. Coding kind of got less fun with the AI, because it's like, it really used to be hard. You used to feel very accomplished, like putting anything together, looking through manuals and building things based off of examples and things like that. Whereas now it's like, it still feels good to put things together, but it's easier in some ways and a lot harder in other ways. There's a lot more people doing it. It's hard to stand out. This waterfall. Ooh. I like this path. The other path was along the highway the entire day, and it's a little shorter, but kind of like the solitude of this one. And I feel like it feels better on my feet. But maybe we'll get to a point where the AI is doing all of the coding, and you just say, hey, I'm on an app like Spotify, and it just makes the app for you right when you listen to it. You say, I want to have this thing in it. And you can just fluidly make all these things connect. I mean, ideally we make an AI that can write its own programming language and connect different things together, since that would make the AI's job a lot easier, because there's so many different platforms and codes and things like that. It'd be nice for AI, but a little bit above my pay grade. Things are going okay. This is the introspective, boring part of the Camino. Meditative, non-touristy. The place where you take a bus past. But this is the real pilgrims had to do all this stuff. They walked probably with not a lot of money, relying on churches and people they found to support them. Slightly similar, but we have more cafes and sandwiches, and those people just giving stuff away. But it's okay. '24 is a pretty tall order today. I think it took me a while to do that one. I think I'm not going to stop very much in the town as I go. I mean, we did 22 yesterday, so now we're doing 24 on top of the 4 we already did, so maybe that's 28, 29, something like that. Yay. These pretty fields though. Con pan y vino se ande el camino. Which means with bread and wine, the Camino walks itself. So I have bread. I don't have wine, but I've been drinking a lot of wine every night. I mean, the Camino is awesome, I must say. It's a pretty great idea for people to just do this thing. You really have to stop doing your job. That's what a lot of people struggle with. stop doing the job. I was like going to the bathroom this morning, and this old doctor guy or something was like, this young pretty girl was doing her makeup in the bathroom mirror, and this girl clearly didn't want to talk to this guy, I think, and he's just like, hi, talking to her in the bathroom. it's like, she's like, okay. He's like, I practiced for like 24 years or something. It was this, I don't know who this guy was. He was a German dude. This guy snored like a monster last night. Thank God I had headphones. But some people just can't give up who they are, what they've done. To be at peace. I mean, I don't do that. I don't say. I should just say I'm not doing anything. Which is pretty true. I'm building things, but people use the things I build. That's a better question. But I'm a builder, so I build, which is not the best plan. But something better to do. So I just don't have like a 9-to-5 job that just destroys me. Maybe if I find the right one. I like grad school, that was fun. That wasn't quite 9-to-5. I guess it was more, but it didn't feel like it. It really just depends on the people you work with. But I don't know if I'd work past 65. I guess if I was doing like really amazing research and it felt awesome, I would keep going, but I don't know. Not quite sure. I've forgotten so much biology already. It's a crying shame. I stopped doing biology for, 4 years now. I forget a lot of stuff. I mean, I could still pick it up and do bioinformatics and things like that, and they could talk the talk and walk the walk. But all the little things you studied along the years, they just kind of slip away when you don't use them, you don't talk about them. Don't think about these inner mechanisms of the cell and things like that. So it's all right though. You just cram with facts. I think critical thinking is the most important skill, and that's becoming even more apparent as AI can memorize all the papers and the facts and connect them together. AI's starting to get some critical thinking skills too. So they're in real trouble. We're in real trouble. But as far as designing experiments and knowing what budget to select and leading a lab, purely with AI, I don't think we're quite there yet, obviously. Walking alone on the path. Feels good. Yeah, my bones are kind of warming up. Got some goodies in my bag. I'll stop in the next town. Hermanios. Maybe that was Hermanios. I don't think so. I think it's up here. Stop, have a rest. And I think we'll continue on today. I think we could do a 22. On top of that. 26 minutes. I'm talking. Over rambling, I'm gambling. I was listening to Bob Dylan a couple days ago, and man, he had this one poem for Woody Guthrie, and it was like 5 pages of word salad amazingness. Shows you why Bob Dylan is a true master. Every little speck he touches, he kind of puts this magic in it, this little twist of a smile, or he seems to like be able to capture tones and scenes with words in a very, very good way, which is why he's a complete legend and is one of the most famous musicians of all time. So, I can't believe he's still alive. That's crazy. Walking down the road. Yeah, all these legends from the 60s are, probably gonna die soon. McCartney, Dylan, Rolling Stones. This guy's got 10 more years max. And then that whole era is just kind of done, I'd say. It's gonna be interesting how much people will listen to this music even after these musicians are finally done. I'd say the 60s, more than any other era, has the most staying power I've heard from. And they also have the most bands that are still like doing headliner gigs and things like that. I mean, it's pretty wild. Not much from the 70s or 80s as far as very big bands that are still going. Not a lot from the 90s either. But we shall see. It's just the Camino ramblings. Where are we at? 30 yet? We're gonna go to 35. Try to make longer videos every day on the Camino. Especially one for myself. First person view. Walking along. Woo! How fast I'm going, not very fast. I need to pick up my pace. The sun gets overhead and it gets very hot. It's gonna be a very long walk. A little bit harder in the hot sun. Hopefully we'll get some tree coverage. Some shadows over here. I'm gonna stop along to the next town. Just order some food and continue on. I like this road though. Feels good. It's a good road. Ooh. Maybe I'll just end here. 30. We don't have to go further. I think this is chill. Peace. Love. Très bien. Merci. Gracias. 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 For everybody on the planet. Do what thou wilt do. And I hope everyone can find peace, love, and happiness. As always. There's a lot of horrible stuff going on. I'm trying to stay out of the news as much as I can, but it doesn't seem to be ever going in a good direction. I don't think there's much I can really do about it, so yeah. I don't know. We walk, we talk. The people that do. People that don't. Everyone has their own path, and I hope everyone has a good journey on their path. If it's hard, if it's easy, everyone's path is for them alone to go down. This is my path. You're blessed to be able to walk. To have the time and space and mind and body to hobble along as I go. Walking for no reason but to maybe the most important reasons in the world. We shall find out. Camino TV. Okay.